So I'm going to try and do this via video because I think it's a little bit easier to explain this way than writing out. But say the participatory theater in a community health context workbook is not just a print book or something that lives online, but say that it's a set of cards. So that designing your own participatory curriculum actually feels a bit like a game that involves some organizing of the cards that we lay out. So let me kind of start from the beginning. The cards would look something like this, and the binder that actually holds the cards together would have the kind of background, history, and context for participatory theater, would have the description of the 4 P's of participation, would have the content hashtags description, would have all the kind of stuff you need to understand to actually read the activities. Then, and I think it would literally be a tiny binder so that the activity cards would be hole punch and would be spiral bound into this, into the binder. So the cards again would look like this, would have the title of the activity and would have the content hashtags underneath it, would have the P's that get addressed, would have the level of exposure, the amount of time for the activity, and likely there would be 1 or 2 other objectives that align with theoretical objectives in the healthcare world and in the theater world, so align with best practices and standards. On the back of each card would be the actual description of the activity and the instructions for how to lead it. But so designing your own participatory curriculum would look like a process of starting by saying, okay, what's the topic you want to address? Is it start the convo, which is just starting health-related dialogue? Is it who you are? So are you leading a curriculum or intervention around identity? Is it sexual violence? So is it the does that count hashtag? So starting with the topic that matters the most, flipping, sort of laying out all the cards on the table and pulling out the ones that actually have your content hashtag on them. So I would pull out all of the, say I'm leading an identity one, I pull out all of the who you are ones. Okay, so say I have like, let's say 20 different cards in front of me that all have the who you are hashtag on them. Then as I'm kind of looking at all those cards in front of me, I say, great, so the next step is scaffolding them based on participation. So I want to order them, arrange them by low, medium, and high, and I can look at all of the who you are activities that are low exposure, all the ones that are medium, and all the ones that are high, and then I've got that organized in front of me by low, medium, high. Then I say, okay, great. So I also want to make sure I'm doing some of the power P's, some of the practice P's, some of the pretend P's, and some of the pleasure. So I can look at my scaffolded set of activities by low, medium, and high exposure, all that address the who you are hashtag, and I can say, which pleasure card do I want to use the most? Which practice card do I want to use the most? And that's how I can design my own curriculum with this set of cards. So curriculum design then becomes a sort of game of reorganizing and ordering the activities that we've laid out for folks. Yes? Maybe?